Around stuff. This is about Bing Webmaster tools use. And I'm going to see if I can reduce this a little bit. It seems to be okay. Green screen. Okay, Bing Webmaster tools. The problem I currently have, and I'll show it in the next clip, is my website is up on Bing for search, but what it's doing is at my home page, it is still using the cached version of some of the website folders that I have for a specific type of content. It's still showing an old cache version of that, and every time I try to do removal, it says no, the content's too valuable, i.e. it has too many backlinks to it. There was apparently a command, a file you could submit that said disavow, and you could put the name of the backlinks in there that you didn't want Bing to use in determining the content that they would show. In this case, they're using those backlinks to show a cached page, and no matter how I try to delete that cache page, it keeps saying, oh, this is really important content. So how do I solve the problem? It won't let me do a disavow of a backlink. And what I read was the only way around it was to continue to submit sitemaps, as well as to do searches on Bing for your home page. Continue to do those over and over again, and can keep submitting sitemaps, and that may force eventual crawl. Now, what's going to happen sooner or later is Bing is going to crawl the home page and realize that it's getting 404s are not found for the old bad cache pages, and hopefully it won't use those. But I'm going to show you what's happening to me using Bing Webmasters with my particular site. Again, I totally scrambled and tangled up my website because I was editing and working on it, and then stupidly I would request Bing or Google to re-index, and it was finding using all these pages that then I later changed, and it kept the old cache copy of a previous version of the actual URL. So this is all about search engine keeping cache pages when you don't want them anymore, and how you get them out. In my case, Bing is still using, and I'll show you, it's bizarre. You can see my home page and several different results if I search for my home page. It'll be correct in some places and not correct in others. That's enough of this. I'm going to go over to the screen portion. Okay, here I am. I'm using the Microsoft Edge. I don't have Google up, I have Microsoft Edge. This is what Edge looks like for me. And here I'm going to do a search on my name. And this is what comes up. This is my website is on Google, on Bing, on, I always forget it. Microsoft Edge, okay. It is on there, and you'll see here is my homepage. That is the correct homepage address, and I also have a published book, and those are listed over there. But the problem I have is and Bing created these are actually subfolders underneath my homepage that have content related to a certain thing, like Doodles just has doodles in it, Words just have unpublished words in it, so on and so on. If I scroll down through here, it will have some portions, some of those uh, uh, subcategories. I also have YouTube videos, but I'll show you if I go down and look down through here. It'll show this is a folder underneath of my home page, and if I click that, it will properly come up. This is the current web page for this, and it functions properly. Okay, so it found that as part of the search. Again, that was on 2. If I look on 3 levels down, I don't see any there, but on 2 levels down, here is a page. This is the raw installed search, and it says shares this creation. This is my real website. This is what it looks like. And here in this particular version, I can click on any link, and it will take me to that website page URL, and it is in fact correct for that particular. It is, my website is functioning properly under I forget the name of it, Microsoft Edge, using Bing. It will show it properly. Okay, all of it, every page works fine. Now if I X that out, that was this one. You see it's here. It does not, however, divide out the various folders. If I go back to the first ranking page, I am #1 ranking on, forget why, it's terrible. I don't ever use Edge. Anyway, Edge, it's #1 ranked. But if I try to look at these, it will come up and say page can't be reached. And if you look up here at the URL, it's got a www in front of it, which is no longer, that is not my website anymore. Okay, so it's using a cached page for each one of these www Ron Stoltz, and it clearly can't find it because it doesn't exist. So how do I fix this problem? It is also interesting to me, if I come up here and I were to click this, it takes me to the correct page. And you see up here the URL is correct. That's kind of a strange situation. I'm first ranked. It will, this is correct, this is correct, but these are not. Now it's also interesting, my original homepage with the www stuff on it, I did not have this folder. This folder will in fact work on when everything else is screwed up. You see that? If I come back to, it says Microsoft Bing, but I come back to what they want to call Edge, or Bing, I don't know the difference of them. It's using cache pages as a reference here. It is not reading the home page correctly and crawling it correctly. It's decided in its wisdom to use the cache page because it has backlinks to it. And under Bing, and I will now go to Bing Webmaster tool. And this is how you get to Bing Webmaster tools. It is down here. And up will come, it knows here is my website. If I look down through here, because I am on Bing or web, whatever it is, I'm on Bing. Okay, it'll show the hits and so on. And the same way that it's similar in nature to, here's a site, they have a site explorer, which is interesting, which shows you the number of URLs, backlinks. I have 204 backlinks. That's part of the problem that I cannot get around, and there's nowhere over here you can submit a sitemap. Index now is a separate issue where you have to go off and subscribe and put some code. URL submission you can submit. Here shows the backlinks, what they are. Ones that I have created or have the correct reference back. The site scan, here's configuration, crawl control, block URLs. You can go in and create and add a new block. And unfortunately now, if I try to do here's where I tried to block, for instance, a WWL. This is no longer a valid URL for my website. And it did take that URL because I had it as part of the domain up here. If I add a site and enter the URL manually, HTTPS, it may not. Let's see if I add it. Okay, site already added. Okay, so it says I do have, there's other, I don't see it, but I don't see it over here in the domains. If I see that would delete, no verification code. I can't submit a block for add URL block. Let's say if I try to do that now, it will probably say that I don't have qualifications to do that. Okay, yeah, no, I want to try to delete. I want to block everything with www. And here you can do the page or directory, the cache only. I'll do the page and cache only and see if it will in fact respond to that. I doubt it. It did. Block request got added successfully for 90 days. It'll let me do that. That is rather surprising. Although I don't see it in the in block pages here. If I do a refresh, block pages, I see images, but I do not see, it says it got added to the list, but I don't see it. As today, the block date, nope. I mean, it add block. Didn't it indicate that it had done it? HTTPS www.runs. I want to get rid of anything that has www on it. I'm going to do words this time, which is another directory, another content. I'm going to get rid of the page and cache only. Block. I'm going to see if I can submit it. Block request got added successfully for 90 days. Although I don't see anything here, URL all, let's just click on page, block type, cache only. You can do invalid requests for, okay, active blocks. Where is the blocks again? I'm already at blocks. I do a refresh on that. Okay, active blocks, it says 20. If I look down through here, that is the correct block. That's a correct block. That's a correct block. Most of you see I have, here is a submitted on February 4th. Words, those should have blocked. That was a directory block. This was a directory block, which still doesn't explain to me why, if I go back to, I'm going to come back out of this the hard way and put in this. Here is my web page, and it still says it can't be shown because it's still showing this address up here. And oh, I see what it did. I had lowercase up here. So what I'm going to do is go back to Webmaster tool, Webmaster. I'm going to try putting in a block for the correct up here. I'm going back down to blocks. And this is under configuration, I believe, block URLs. I'm going to try to add a block to, and everything is case sensitive. You have to remember that. This time I'm going to try to block this one. That should be, I want the block page and the cache removed. And this time I'm using a lowercase k, and if I try to do it, it'd probably say, it says it got added. But I have serious doubts about it, because usually it comes up and says, and if I blocked on, I don't see a, let's see, if I were to, is there another one available? No. Let's see, HTTPS, what is that? I've tried this already. And if I click add, everything looks correct here. Site already added. Okay. But I cannot find it up here in the domain listing or down here. And again, my whole purpose, and you saw what I'm trying to do, I have no way for the backlinks. I have no way to delete them. I have no way to disavow them. And they're requiring backlinks. I don't know if I can, let's do this. Oh, no, that didn't do it. What I was trying to do was, I want to see, I'd like to see what referring page is. What is it referring to? And it doesn't, if I do that, it'll just take me to that web page. That is what's happening there. But backlinks to any site. Here's, let me, can this one? That can obviously over here, but it's way over there. This is, that just took me to that particular page, and somewhere on that page is my name, and there's a backlink to my website. But if I go down to block URLs, I don't see any new ones that I have recently put in. You see, I just don't. The last time, if I leave it blocked on, I have on February 5th I had some, but today's the 28th and I don't see any new blocks that I tried to submit today. I don't understand. This is, and I want to show 100 blocks, but I don't think it'll make any difference. That's it. I got 20 blocks. If I go back to anything, let's go back all the way up to home. Okay, then I want to look at sitemaps. And if I look sitemaps, this is the sitemap. I project on the 28th. I don't think I can resubmit it, but I don't. It says processed. The correct number of web pages were found. It says resubmit. That's interesting. It's submitted for processing. So I've submitted it again for processing. And I can submit it again and again. And perhaps resubmitting the sitemap, which is the correct one here, will get the proper indexing on my homepage. And again, if I come back here and look at that, here's the problem I got, and I don't have a good way of getting it out. But if I look down the page, I will eventually find a valid, I think it's a second page down. You'll see it says homepage, now there's no subfolder showing, but if I click on that, my page is cool. One of the things I did add was a last update field here. That way when I upload FTP to my web server, it recognizes this as a changed page from what I previously had stored at the server, and that should then in the sitemap also reflect that it is a changed page. And I was trying to get Bing and Google Search Console to, hey, we got a new page here, we should crawl it. That was my intent. I don't believe it has worked, but nonetheless, this is too long and I'm going to end this. You see what my problem is, and if I do a Copilot, wherever that is, under Ron Stoltz, it will create, you know, a reasonable sort of presentation that shows where I am and so on and so on. Anyway, enough for that. You see where I was and why I have a problem. That's it for this one.